Forward, took a couple strides back, but now we go in the summer kind of have an idea, like what to fix, what to work on, as a team, not just in one position. So I think that's real big, kind of go in the summer. It's real important to get mentally strong, physically strong, and get ready for the season.
So for the quarterback thing, it was up in the air going into the summer, then, right? Is that the way you see it?
Yes, sir. You never know what can happen, and whatever the coaches decide, then it's going to be the right decision, and I know it will be. And whoever gets it, I'm going to support them 110%. And I know it'll be the same way for everybody. And like I said, we're good friends. We have a good relationship between all three of us, and that just makes it that much better. When we're all good friends and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
What kind of progress do you think you made in the spring, Ryan? And what areas do you think you progressed the most? How far do you think you can?
I think just being comfortable with the offense was pretty big for me. Making sure my shoulder, kind of stood out the entire spring, I think was also kind of a key point for me. I think I took a couple of strides forward, learning the offense, calling it right in the huddle, managing protections a little bit here and there, kind of just learning the little things. But I got also a lot of things to work on. Still, footwork, managing protections. Like I said, I've gotten a little better, but you can always get better on things like that. And arm strength, I feel like it's kind of coming back, basically to 100%. So that's just a good feeling to kind of come out, feel good, shoulder feel good, and I'm excited.
Well, how big is the summer for you? I mean, it's always big, but I mean, considering you got your learning curve. I mean, what's the next step for you this summer?
It's just to see my mistakes that I made this entire spring and just kind of write them down and just kind of evaluate them as a football player. As Coach Sanders kind of evaluate a little bit and just kind of go from there. In the summer, just work on it. Just keep working, study, watch film, and whenever we get a chance to throw, make it as game-like as possible. I think that's going to be real important for me. So this summer is real big for a lot of us.
Do you feel like in your mind you go in the summer thinking, hey, I can still win this job?
Yes, sir. I'm a competitor, so I'm just that's been my mindset, no matter what happens. And I think that's kind of the right way to take it, just because you just never know what can happen in the game of football. Things can go crazy, as a lot of people know. So that's just going to be my mindset, and just kind of see where it takes me.
How do you rate yourself? Keep the quarterback situation overall somewhat goes well for you, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, it does. It goes well for I think all of us. Just because that competition level is still going to be there. When you name one guy or anything like that, then he kind of, I won't say feels secure, but it's he's got the spot, and so all three of us trying to push each other. And I think that's what this really was for. Try and get each and every one of us better. And I think it really did. Took a couple strides forward, but we got a lot of things working.
How strong is your shoulder?
Shoulder feels great. I think that was pretty key coming in. Make sure my shoulder could handle the hits, and just to stay the entire spring. And I think it really did do that. I feel fine. The shoulder feels awesome. Physically I feel good.
What do you feel like you learned throughout the spring?
Really, the offense, I think, was one of the main things I learned. How to manage some things here and there, how to think a little bit like Coach Sanders and Coach Martin and Coach Phillips, and just kind of get their mindset on some things here and there. And I think that was real big. Just having that half season under my belt, so it was good for me.
How would you rate your performance today?
I think I did okay. In some areas, struggled a little bit, but overall, I think I did okay.
The players 5 minutes.
I think throwing the ball, stood in the pocket pretty well. There's a couple times I stood in the pocket too long. I think that was pretty obvious when I got sacked by Denny on that one play. But overall, I think I did okay. But I got a lot of things to work on.
You're kicking yourself for missing caught for that long, easy touchdown.
Man, words can't describe it. I dropped back, and we had a play, and me and him just kind of weren't on the same page. And, as the summer goes along, we're trying to get on the same page with him because he's a real important receiver that we have in our game. So it's tough to throw away a touchdown. It really is.
Is it tough to overcome Hartline's experience?
A little bit here and there, just because he's been in the offense for so long. But overall, I think I'm doing pretty well. He's helping me a whole lot, which he's a great guy. Every time I got a question, I ask him, he answers it for me. So I think I'm learning a lot. I really do.
On that Cobb play, Ryan, were you throwing to a spot or what happened?
It was just, I dropped back pass. Look at my first progression. Went to Randall, and it was a post corner option, and honestly couldn't really see anything on the inside. So I kind of figured he might go corner, and me and him just weren't on the same page. But that's something that's fixable, which is real key. It's not like I underthrew him or overthrew him. We just weren't on the same page. That's all.
You mentioned your shoulder. Is your arm